While eating, the man wiped a spoon on the bottom of his shoe. Then he told the guard he needed a new one. When fetching the spoon, his friend distracted the officer for a moment. No one noticed that the man quietly slipped away with 2 spoons instead of one. Frank later borrowed a coin from another inmate. He snapped one of the spoons in half and took apart a nail clipper using the file. He ground the coin into powder, then placed some matches inside a small metal box. Just like that, he built a simple welding platform. Before long, Frank had crafted himself a handy little tool. He used it to start digging into the wall. When the guards came to inspect his cellmate, gave him a quick warning. Frank stuffed something into the hole, jumped into bed, and pretended to be asleep. The guards didn't notice a thing during the day. He scattered the loose dirt bit by bit on the ground. The wall was finally open, but there was still a metal grid behind it. At the workshop, Frank found a wooden wedge when passing. Through the detector, he showed the wedge and said he needed it to hang clothes. The guard took it away, but Frank had another one hidden in his shoe back in his cell. He jammed the wedge into the metal grid and kicked hard. The grid finally came loose, but he couldn't escape, yet guards could appear at any time. Frank asked the prison librarian for a few newspapers. He mixed the paper with plaster and made a fake vent cover. Then he crafted a human head from spare materials, painted it, and glued a few strands of hair on top. He placed the dummy on his bed so the guards would think he was asleep during their rounds. That night, Frank climbed through the hole and sealed it with a fake vent. He crawled through the narrow duct until he reached a small iron window above. It was too high. He couldn't reach it. The next day, Frank and his cellmate returned to the spot. They realized they needed an electric drill to break the bars of the chapel. Frank noticed an old electric fan. He quietly placed it in his toolbox. When leaving, a guard stopped him for inspection. Frank calmly handed over the box. Luckily, the guard didn't open it. He had dodged a close call using the fan. Frank built a makeshift power drill. He returned to the vent and began drilling out the bolts one by one. Finally, he removed the cover, climbed onto the roof, and slipped past the searchlights. Then he scaled the outer fence and made it to the shoreline. There, they inflated a handmade raft as fast as they could, and under the dark sky they rode, the current drifting farther and farther away from the prison.